again, we are looking at a slightly more difficult table. This particular table, if we look at it, the reason why it's slightly more difficult is we have two zeros that are shown to us. So we need to decide which one of these two zeros actually is our y-intercept. Let's start there. Let's look at them. We have x is equal to 0 when y is equal to -6. So we have this point, 0, -6. And then we also have x is equal to 4 when y equals 0, 4, 0. If I were to look at those two in terms of a graph, I can figure out which one is my y-intercept pretty quickly. You may have already figured it out, so if you have, great. You probably are screaming at the computer, and that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0 or 4, 0 would tell me that I'm going over on my x-axis and my y-axis or y-intercept or y value is 0. That means that this is my x-intercept. That's not what I want. And this one, 0, -6, tells me I'm not moving at all on my x-axis. Instead, I'm just going down on my y-axis to -6, which is right here, 0, -6. So this is my y-intercept. I can see that it crosses my y-axis. And so this is the graph of this particular line that I'm going to try to create an equation for. So we found our y-intercept right here. So b is equal to -6. And now we need to find our slope for this exact table. So as we find our slope, we can look at our change in our x values, and we can look at the change in our y values. I'm going to calculate the change in our y values first because I like to have that in my head as rise over run, and I know y values are my rise versus x values are my run. I highly suggest you write that down every time. So -6 to -3, I'm increasing by 3. -3 to 0, I'm increasing by 3. Increasing by 3, increasing by 3 every single time. If I look at my x values, I'm increasing by 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, increasing by 2 every single time. So when I look at this, my rise is 3 over a run of 2, so my slope is 3 over 2. So now I can create my equation in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Instead of writing m, I'm going to write my slope of 3 over 2. I still have an x that I'm going to bring down. I always have my input that I need to put in there. And then I have a y-intercept of -6. And I still have y because I always wanted my output. So I can write this as y equals 3 over 2x plus a -6, which is a completely valid way of writing this. Or I could even write it as y equals 3 over 2x minus 6. Either one is a correct form of the equation. We have one more video after this showing a proficient level problem, and then you can start working on your must-do practice problems. Thank you for watching.